I always get nervous when I make videos like this, not because I'm scared of the person that I'm talking about, but just because I usually raw dog it and go without a script, and I know I'm gonna fuck up a lot, so there's gonna be a lot of cuts. This really does remind me back when like I was in college, fall semester. This was not that long ago. It was just a couple months ago. But I used to make those commentary videos talking about people and pop culture and shit that I've seen on social media. I did that through my laptop, and it's just funny how like we just came full circle, even though I have all this equipment. But this is something that I had to talk about because it's been bugging the fuck out of me, and this guy just won't stop posting, and people duetting his shit keep coming up on my For You page, and I just got to speak my piece. So the culprit today is Turtleneck Emo. Now, if you don't know, Turtleneck Emo is a TikToker who posts about feminism and goes against sexual assault and rape and all that stuff. He's basically the man that's for the women. And at first glance, you think, well, Cam, why are you talking about this guy? Are you sexist? Are you misogynist? Do you not like it when men speak about women issues? And at first glance, that's what it seems like he's doing until you take a closer look at his profile and you realize there are literally no nuance to any of the arguments that he's making. And he's pretty much just saying the same shit over and over verbatim. While I agree that it is important to reiterate and emphasize arguments that have already been made so that more people can hear it, especially if you have a platform, if you don't add any nuance to it, all you're doing is rallying up people who already agree with you. Instead of providing a unique male perspective on a topic that has harmed women for years and years, you're just saying the same shit over and over in the same format. You're not doing anything, you're not converting anybody, and you're just being plain lazy and profiting socially off of feminism. And I'm actually fucking confused as to why no one opened their eyes to this, because didn't the feminist Instagram page just get exposed for this very same thing not too long ago? It's the same shit, just on a smaller scale. I also find it funny how the one time that he tries to tackle something that doesn't necessarily say rape is bad is the one time that he faces the most controversy and the most pushback, and he never tries to tackle that realm of ideas ever again. I'll show you the TikTok right here.
And well, maybe I should fuck it and be happy instead. I should just say.
So, newsflash, if you're hairless, you're a child. If you're petite, you're a child. If you're innocent, you're a child. If you're submissive, hate to break it to you, but you're a child. Now, turtleneck emo, you may not notice because all your female interaction comes from the internet, but there is a vast majority of women who like to be dominated. Do you view them as children because of that? But women come in all shapes and sizes. And when they talk about body positivity and just being comfortable in your own body, that goes for small women as well. So going on the internet and telling your hundreds of thousands of followers who are predominantly women that small and petiteness is considered childlike, it paints a very bad picture, bro. We're gonna look at another TikTok, but just make sure you pause to read because I'm not gonna bother putting another video in here. Now, this argument is stupid for two reasons. One being that men usually don't piss out in public. They go somewhere secluded or where people can't see them. Yeah, sure, it's outside, but like no one's out there whipping their dicks in front of people and just taking a piss on the fucking lawn. And second, you're not going to find anyone under the age of 40 who disagrees with breastfeeding in public. Yeah, sure, if you go on the internet, you're going to find that one occasional guy who isn't really educated on anything who's talking about, oh yeah, it's illegal, so it should be wrong. But I encourage you to touch grass if you think a majority of men disagree with breastfeeding in public. No, seriously, like if you know a man, go ask him. Please go ask him. Come back to me in the comments and tell me what he says. And even if he does disagree with you, just sprinkle a little information on him and he'll probably get swayed in your direction. Like I promise you, there's no one out there who is under the age of 40. There is no single Gen Z or millennial just sitting here and like, oh man, those women in their breastfeeding in public. Like I promise you, it doesn't exist. At least not on TikTok, bro. It's not happening on TikTok. It's not gonna happen if you go outside. And if anyone does go outside and says that shit loud and proud, they're gonna get looked at like the biggest outcast. And let's say, just for the sake of argument, that there is a wave of active men in the community who is advocating against breastfeeding in public. You know what they're going to do, turtleneck emo? Do you know what they're going to do? They're going to use what I said a couple seconds ago about how men don't usually pee in areas that are not secluded, and then they're going to use that to debunk your shitty comparison. Why? Because instead of adding nuance to your argument, instead of adding anything new to the topic of the conversation, you just decide to take two things that are similar but not alike and compare them. You're literally pushing people away from what you're trying to attract. Here's the last one, then I'm going to wrap it up. It's a TikTok we're going to read together this time. I won't make you do any more reading. He says, if we can agree that there's no such thing as consensual rape, let's stop calling actual rape and non-consensual sex. Now, I just want to clarify, I've never referred to rape as non-consensual sex. I feel like that's a semantic way of describing it. But if we look up the definition of rape, it's quite literally fornication without consent. So not only is he literally just denying the definition of rape, he's also attacking a group of people who virtually does not exist outside the internet. But I want to add another onion. Wow, another onion. I want to add another layer to this onion and teach you guys a little bit about CNC. Anyone ever heard of that? It's a kink that stands for consensual non-consent. It basically means that two people, presumably adults, have basically a contract which states that the dominant person can have fornication with the submissive without their permission. So basically, the submissive person is giving them permission to not have permission to fornicate. Literally what the name implies. But you wouldn't know anything about that, turtleneck emo, because every submissive woman in your life is a child and therefore untouchable. You can't get into that. Alright, yeah, okay, we get it. His TikToks are horrible. Is he doing anything outside of social media that's helping the community? Is he amplifying women's voices? Is he, speaking out against sexual assault and inequality towards men that's predominantly outside of TikTok? Let's see. Okay, well, he has a donation up here called supporting I Support the Girls. Let's check this out. One $10 anonymous donation. Well, I commend this person right here. No hate to them for, taking money out of their pocket to donate. But for an account that has 93.2K followers, that's a very minimal amount. You think you would post a TikTok like, hey, I have a charity in my bio. Can you guys go support that? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's already making bare minimum posts. You might as well just promote the charity in your bio. Just to put it in perspective, I have a 600 follower account and I raised just as much money as he did for Black Girls Code. Except, like I said, I have a fraction of the amount of followers that he has, and that money came straight out of my pocket when I was around 17 years old, because that's how much money I could give out at the time. And on top of that, Black Girls Code is something that I actually give a shit about, because I actively encourage women who are black and interested in coding to go out and do it. Like, this is something that I actually give a shit about. Like, I hate when people are turned off by something because of the demographic. And I'm going to digress here, but I really hope that this changes for the better, especially in the STEM department. My point is, literally what I'm doing is equal to what he's doing, and he has a way bigger platform. It speaks volumes, in my opinion. Wait, hold on. Let's not jump the gun. He has an Instagram. Let's check out the Instagram. Let's see what's here. Oh, nice. He got some articles in his highlights, maybe talking about, social injustice, sexual assault, just maybe an article about a woman coming out, a victim of sexual assault, sharing her experience. Oh, it's just two articles about some journalists praising him for doing the bare minimum. Oh, okay. And then the rest is just some boomerangs of him at a concert. There's no articles, there's no infographic posts, it's just selfies of him. The bio just has titles and his TikTok. If you go to his TikTok, it'll take you back to his Instagram, vice versa. There's nothing here. There is nothing here. Holy shit. It's worse than I thought. I hate to be a Debbie Downer who says negative things about people or situations and offer no solution to help improve the situation. So what I'm going to do is give a little cheat sheet guide to anyone who's, looking to be an activist. For one, if you're an ally towards a group that you don't particularly identify with, your job isn't to speak for them. Your job is to amplify their voices. You're supposed to use your privilege and your platform to open the door so that they can be heard. For example, in a racist situation where the white man is heard but the black person isn't, and the said white man cares about the black person, they shouldn't speak for them. They should sit here and be like, guys, you should listen to this person. In this instance, if you're a man who wants to speak out on behalf of feminism, tell other men to look into feminism. Tell other men to listen to women. Tell other men to look up articles. Tell other men to look at documentaries where victims of sexual assault have spoken out and shared their stories. And of course, vice versa, because we all know that sexual assault isn't limited to just women being victims. I'm not saying that you have to be a victim of something to speak out on it. I'm just saying that if you are going to speak out on it, please fluff it up with points of views that are actually neck deep in the situation. Because when it comes from a state of privilege or an outside source, it just comes off as preachy and surface level. And then once it gets bad enough, it starts to sound like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Anyways, I'm gonna show you guys this video from Maria Sopilde. She pretty much touches on everything that I talked about in this video, but I'm gonna practice what I preach and give you guys a female's perspective. This is not just her. There's a lot of women on Twitter talking about the same things, but this is the one TikTok that I resonate with the most.
Guess who just got an entire article written about them for posting the absolute shittiest liberal feminist takes? Turtle Boy. I open up Twitter. This is the first thing I fucking see. When are you guys gonna understand that he's doing nothing? He is doing nothing. He's using feminism as a way to get clout. All of his videos are the exact same fucking format, and I can guarantee that if you typed one of his takes into Twitter, you'd find hundreds of tweets saying the same thing. And when misogyny-affected people criticize him for being absolutely brain dead, you get blocked by him, including myself, in case you didn't already know that. Instead of boosting the voices of people who are actually affected by misogyny, he blocks us. And again, he claims to be making this intersectional community of feminists while 1, being a cis man, 2, originally only following 5 people, all of them who were white, 3, only following creators of color once people started calling him out about it, and 4, promoting his feminist theory, which includes 1 single article, which is absolute bullshit. Bored Panda, do better.
So I thought I was done with this video until I started looking through articles and I saw this horrifying screenshot of one of his TikToks. I can't believe I overlooked this on TikTok, but I'm glad I found it because this is a great opportunity to talk about female on female sexual assault. Yeah, if you think that women across the board can control themselves, like women who like women can control themselves around other women, then you don't talk to girls. This just further proves my point that you don't talk to women in real life, bro. Because, like, I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but the female on female sexual assault, it's not brought up enough, and we have to do a better job. Because if this guy's not talking about it, if this guy thinks it's like a clean slate across the board, then we need to do a better job. Holy shit. Alright, I'm done for real this time.